The happiness of summer months that fills us up with joy, colors, activeness throughout the day, that I can literally be on my toes and do a lot of things, cleaning to cooking to even decorating. I tend to notice all the things that need to be cleaned, especially this PVC tablecloth that has been used every day for the past 4 years, which has turned slightly sticky, stained, and also is losing its glow. Definitely needs a good wash. But it's not suitable for machine wash and is quite big in size as well. In fact, it's massive that I'll be struggling if I dipped it in water in the shower room. So I just use a bedspread underneath, covering the dining table area little at a time, using a cleaning spray and a microfiber cloth. I give a good rub, standing upright, easy on my back and not messy at all. And then moving the bedspread to the other half. This dining table is actually a pool table underneath, which is pretty good in size, that can easily accommodate 8 people for dining. So you can imagine the size of the tablecloth. Summer months with brighter days not only keeps us active but also fills us up with the willingness to do so many things which were on hold. I let the tablecloth air dry in natural sunlight for a couple of hours. I have a few plans on mind to get things ready in the kitchen, which will be quite easy with the days to follow. I'm planning to make breadsticks for kids, which they will enjoy as and when they're passing by. Perfect nibbles to munch on. This is the same dough that I normally make, but today I'm giving a little twist. To a sachet, which is 7 grams of yeast, I add in a spoonful of brown sugar and warm water to help the yeast rise up. I'm measuring using a very small cup with 2 glasses of maida, which is plain flour, and a cup of wheat flour. Now you will need a little more salt than usual, as breadsticks can be eaten on their own. Now to the flour, I'm adding in parsley and garlic granules for taste and flavor. You can knead the dough with hand, but I prefer using my food processor for this, as the machine gives a good knead. I add in very little of olive oil and the yeast, which has risen up. Adding in warm water to knead the dough. You want it to be slightly on the softer side. With very little of oil that I smear onto the vessel and onto the dough, allowing it to rest for a couple of hours by covering it up with a cling film. I keep it in the oven just like a shelf. This oven is not preheated or anything, but to help the dough to rise up easily. Now I set making a few things that are long lasting, tasty and are very special, as it's homemade with no preservatives added. I'm planning to make strawberry jam, tomato pickle and mango pickle. And all that can be recycled. I always make sure to do it with 2 separate bins at home. One specifically for recycling and the other one for waste. After a good wash, I begin making the strawberry jam first with a clean chopping board, clean knife and the pan. I have a tub of fresh strawberries that I'm splitting in, making 2 different varieties. The first one will be the strawberry jam and the remaining using to make strawberry lemonade in the evening. Now the quantity to split and to make is entirely an individual's requirement. Onto the pan directly I add in the strawberries and warming them up. Just for a minute or 2, and then I add in the water, covering it up to cook. Parallelly continuing to chop the remaining strawberries for lemonade for later in the evening when kids are back home from school. I prefer using this kind of a pot as it will be easier to mush. I add in a handful of washed and fresh mint leaves to this and keeping it ready until this point. Now I am making tomato pickle, which we call as tomato uppinkai at home. I prefer using cherry tomatoes for this as they are really sour in taste, which will be perfect for achar. I stir in the strawberries now. As you can see, they are totally mushed, absorbing the water. I add in brown sugar. Now the beauty of making jam at home, you can choose the sugar of your choice and the quantity, making it as healthy as you can with no artificial fragrance or preservatives added. I'm just waiting for the sugar to be melted and I turn off the flame, straight away adding in a few drops of lime so that it doesn't crystallize. Transferring it into a container to be enjoyed for tomorrow's breakfast. I like to continue using the same pan for making tomato uppinkai, adding in mustard oil, which is sasve enne, also called as sarson ka tel, gives a great taste to the pickle. I saute the tomatoes, warming them up and let them sizzle onto the pan, and then I add in water. Just a layer covering it up so that the tomatoes will soften up quickly. I chop one big mango. Now this is not raw mango, this is ready to eat mango from the supermarket. I prefer this as it's not very tangy and sour in taste. Raw mangoes are really sour and tangy in taste, but the choice is entirely up to an individual. You can use any or you can use either for the same recipe, whichever suits you and your taste buds. The tomatoes look done. Now with the help of the spatula, I press them down as this is the right time with the whole of the water being absorbed. And now I add in more water to get the gravy consistency. To this I add in a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric, salt to taste and a pinch of methi powder, which is fenugreek powder, the taste enhancer for every pickle. Now the beauty of making these instant pickles at home is you don't have to or need to add lots of salt to preserve for long. Just a little for taste is all good. With mangoes cut and ready, I add in a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric, salt to taste and 1/4 teaspoon of methi powder. That's it. I just combine. The look of the mangoes makes anyone's mouth water and I just can't wait to try it. This is an instant pickle as well, which can be made in minutes, can be saved for a week's time, and everyone at home will fall in love with this mango pickle. I warm up around 2 teaspoons of sesame oil and add it into the pickle. In goes my mango pickle, which is now ready in my pickle jar. A great combination with mozzarella, which is yogurt rice, chapatis, or as a sandwich filling, or a great combination with crisps that you've got to try, and breadsticks as well, and just on its own that you can lick up your fingers. Tomato pickle is also cooled down that I transfer it into a tiny little pot. This is my all-time favorite pickle, which is super tasty and very easy to make. Time to arrange, uplift and redo my dining. I prefer using this sheet at the base to cover up the pool area. With Deconovo tablecloth, a beautiful blue cotton cloth with tassel lace and is wrinkle free as well, which looks quite fashionable. I just love the color, which gives a complete summer feel, uplifting the dining area. Can be used outdoors as well, but I'm loving it indoors. This is indeed a lovely fashionable fabric, which is large rectangular tablecloth that I was looking for to match up with my dining area. I also bought this large cane tray from Primark that will hold in all that I wish to have on the dining regularly. Getting my pickles and the jam, which are now ready, in they are on the tray. With the dough rested for long, I can use it to make breadsticks. On my large chopping board, I dust plain flour and roll the whole of the dough together at once. Now can make a square shape, but honestly I'm so used to rolling the dough in round that getting a square shape now takes some time to work. I can definitely cut the edges of the round to make a square. But it's okay, it's just us at home and we're absolutely fine to eat the ends. And I'm definitely looking for an easier version to finish the job faster. With the help of the blunt knife, which is also called as a butter knife, I cut from top to the end with 1/2 inch spacing. Pretty long breadsticks, but I prefer doing it this way all at once and then break them down. In a cup, I combine white sesame seeds, black sesame seeds and poppy seeds to sprinkle. I'm using egg white to brush. Alternatively, you can use milk to brush on, and then I sprinkle in the seeds all over. I'm giving a few sticks with sea salt as topping and the rest as plain. Transferring all of them onto a tray with baking sheet for 10 minutes time at 200 degrees on one side. And within this 10 minutes time, I can easily make one powder, which we at home call kopri pudi, which means coconut powder. I'm using desiccated coconut, making life all easy. You can use grated dry coconut for this recipe, which will taste really good. To this, I add in red chili powder, salt to taste, garlic pod, which is very small in size, and cumin seeds. Making coconut powder is easy as this, which tastes really great on hot rice with ghee, with chapatis and yogurt, on dosas and idlis as well. Now that the mixie jar is already in use, I thought I could quickly make another pudi, which we call as putan chutney or kadle pudi, that I have already shown in my previous video that I'm going to link up onto this video for you all to have a look. Having these kind of powders ready at home on the dining makes life a lot easy on all those days when you don't feel like cooking. It's 10 minutes time and I flip them over, giving a quick egg wash on the other side. I have collected these jam jars, pasta sauce bottles that can be used for good in multiple ways without even having to do much, but still looks classy and elegant. I am using jute string for all of them. I have tied up knots to secure, not even using any kind of adhesive to hold, which can now be used for holding cutlery. Depending on the shape of the bottle, you can use and tie the strings accordingly. In fact, these glass jars look good just on their own, that you need not have to do much. I love the jute and the cane combination and the colors. Thought I can just match them up well this way. Giving a little added on touch, adding another layer of string onto this jar. Cleaning is also very easy on this tablecloth. This can be hand washed and tumble dried and can be ironed as well. I'm planning to use the rest of these jars as vases. I'm loving the way it looks, making it all complete, filled with colors and leaves from our very own garden. To trimming those extra creepers from the back garden is the best way to add in colors indoors. A whole new look which I'm in love with, and also love the transformation from what it looked in the morning to what it is now. The breadsticks are now done, which have turned really nice, crispy and crunchy, that I break them down to fit in the jar. Girls are back from school and it's snack time. I'm making tomato mandal, which is very popular at my in-laws' place. I have microwaved the puffed rice for just 30 seconds time, making them slightly crunchy, which otherwise taste soggy and chewy if used directly from the packet. I have grated fresh coconut, chopped 2 big tomatoes, 1 shallot onion and coriander leaves. To the puffed rice, I add an olive oil, salt to taste, red chili powder and kadli podi, which was made in the morning. I just combine it, and this is just perfect to be eaten just as it is for tea time. But I'm keeping it ready to this point now. I also mush up the strawberries along with the mint. Now this is why I choose to use this pot, which makes it a lot easy to do. I divide it equally into 3 glasses to make strawberry lemonade. Time to add in the lemonade. Strawberry lemonade is now ready.
Breadsticks and at least ಬರೇಕತ್ತಬಿಡಿ ಚಂದಾಗೇನ ನಾ ಕಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಲ ಚೂರ್ಮರಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ನೋಡಿಲಿ ಸಿಪ್ ಕುಡಿ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿ ಚಂದಾಗೈತೆ ಭಾಳ ಚಂದಾಗೈತೆ ಸಾಕು ಇನ್ನೆಷ್ಟು.
And now to make the tomato mandal, and only when everyone is ready, adding in the chopped tomatoes, onions, coconut and coriander. And this is a very chatpata dish that tastes really good, and also now that you know and have seen how easy it is to make. Takes just a few minutes to please everyone at home. My girls just love it, and so do we. Shreyu is enjoying these breadsticks with pickles. We are in total love with what has been made to eat and a new look dining area, which hardly took a few minutes time to uplift the existing area. But this transformation is making us feel all good. A little touch and a little makeover always uplifts the whole atmosphere of the home. The following morning, we had to try a strawberry jam on toast. Girls are loving it. Can't wait to go for strawberry picking to get a whole basket filled to make a big bulk. The food, the taste, and of course, my girls bring in a bundle of happiness together.
Strawberry jam, you don't want anything else. Hey, you don't say. So good.
Later, I could easily clean the breadcrumbs and with the wet kitchen towel could easily wipe off the jam stains. I would highly recommend tablecloths, curtains, cushions and much more from Deconovo. Leaving a link for you all to have a look at. Please make sure to check it in the description box. It's lunchtime now and I haven't cooked anything for me. Just some rice which is pressure cooked. Now to add an oomph to my lunch, making these yogurt chilies in my air fryer. Within a minute's time, I drizzle in very little of oil and smearing oil on all of them. In they go for 2 minutes time in the air fryer. This food is far too good that I crave to eat. Tomato pickle, mango uppinkai, kobri pudi, majge menshinkai and bisi bisi anna with tuppa. Not just sounds good but tastes excellent that one can relax and eat comfortably and very peacefully even on a very busy day having them all ready. Summer foods and easy kitchen ideas that can be made at your leisure. And how can I forget to add in these chilies on the dining area? These are a must, isn't it? This tablecloth is water resistant too, making life all easy that I can use this tablecloth regularly each and every day. I really hope you found this video helpful, useful and informative. Thanks for watching this video. Take care everyone. Bye for now.